What is going on, guys? It is another raw YouTube video, and guess what? I got a comment about 5 to 10 minutes ago before I was hopping on. I was kind of looking for some questions for this video, and I got told, don't make raw YouTube videos anymore. I have 6 years of experience in editing. Bro, guess how much I care about your 6 years of experience editing? That's how much I care about your 6 years of experience editing. I'm gonna make raw videos because I like to make raw videos and I think that it's valuable, and I wanna help you guys as much as I can, and I don't wanna sit here editing 30-minute YouTube videos every 2 days because guess what? Then I wouldn't post them as often. The editing is the worst part. I can talk and talk and talk and help out as much as I can, but I don't really feel like editing them. So I'm gonna post them. If you guys don't like that, then I guess I'm just not gonna be the creator for you. If you do, awesome, you're in luck. So, the topic of this video is going to be answering your guys' questions from the last 3 videos that I posted as far as my story, scaling, and how to make your first 10K a month as a beginner day trader. You guys had a bunch of questions, and I'm going to be answering all of them in today's video, all of the ones that I think are valid at least or valuable for you guys to know the answers to. So yeah, I screenshotted a few of the comments. I'm gonna be going through them on my phone. I'm not gonna put them on the screen because I don't feel like editing this video, once again, like I said. And yeah, we're just gonna pretty much go through these. I'll show you guys the question each time that I answer it. And yeah, we got, once again, a new location. Pretty cool. This is my window in my room. I'm gonna put the window behind every single video because I think it looks cool. This is a cool ass tower right there. And the sun is setting, everything's so beautiful. It's on my face. Pause. And yeah. First question is from Tanner Nichols, and he said, what do you think the main difference is between the way you trade and the way PB trades? Okay, if you guys don't know PB trading, they were my mentors, and honestly, the biggest difference between the way that I trade and the way that they trade is I just incorporate SMTs into my model a little bit more. Now, for you guys that don't know, the way that I trade is I usually am trading rejections out of high time frame fair value gaps as my basis of my entry, right? So let's say we have like a 5-minute, 15-minute, hourly, or 4-hour gap that we tap into. Let's say we're bullish bias for the day, for this example. If we tapped into that gap and then we found a 1-minute internal SMT and we had a 15-minute external SMT, which would be like an internal SMT would be like right before the trade, right before you enter, and an external SMT would just be an SMT before the trade, just to kind of give an overall bias of the trade in the day. And then let's say we had like data highs above. That would be the trade that I would be looking to enter after an inversion of like fair value gap on the 1-minute or 30-second time frame. So for PB, I know that they're trading usually based on like liquidity sweeps and all that kind of stuff. Sometimes they're trading out of rejections, but for me, primarily the biggest difference is going to be just the fact that I use SMTs a lot more in my model than they do. So that's the first answer to the question, and I appreciate the question, Tanner. Another one, simple one from Mart1755. What do you use to copy trade, he says. So for me, when I'm trading on TopStep or Alpha Futures, I'm using TopStep X, which is the copy trading platform for TopStep, and I'm using Alpha Ticks, which is pretty much the exact same as TopStep X, but it's just for alpha accounts. And I just, honestly guys, I have 3 tabs open. I have 2 monitors, as you can see behind me. I have 3 tabs open. I have one for TopStep X, I have one for Alpha Futures, and I have one for my funded futures when I do trade my funded futures. Now what I do on my funded futures accounts is I get a Tradeovate login for all of the accounts, and then I copy them all on TradeSyncer. Okay, so I use TradingView to actually execute the trade on one account for my funded futures, and then TradeSyncer, because I connected them all, will execute it on all 5 of the accounts or however many I'm trading at the current time. So that's how I copy trade. I just have 3 tabs open, 2 for Alpha Futures and TopStep, and then the other one is open for TradingView for my funded futures. So. Next question, why do you only do 50K accounts and not 100K when you can trade more micros or 1 full NQ? Now I have 2 ways to answer this question. One is I already trade 1 full NQ even when I'm on a 50K account, which is 1 full mini for you guys that are wondering. I've never traded micros. I don't like trading micros. I don't like looking at the micros chart. I don't really care that much, to be completely honest with you. I would much rather trade minis because I feel like managing risk on minis is a lot easier for me because I don't have to worry about trading 10 micros, taking 50% off, taking one. I don't care about that. I'm going to either go break even, I'm going to trail my stop, or I'm going to trade more than 1 mini, and that's how I'm going to scale. I don't want to deal with micros. I want to deal with higher dollar amounts of risk, and I want to scale over time using that instead of using micros. Okay. I do 50K accounts instead of 100K accounts, mostly just because it's cheaper. It's cheaper, and my risk to reward on accounts where I pay less money is just better. You know what I mean? So if I could pay $500 for max allocation on 550Ks versus $1,000 for max allocation on 5 100Ks, let's say that's the difference, I'm already doing better with the 50Ks as far as price goes into it, just to start those accounts. Now, some firms have different payout caps for 50Ks versus 100Ks, but on Top Step, it doesn't really matter. All the accounts are capped at a 5K payout per account, per payout cycle, so it doesn't really matter to me. So honestly, it's literally just the cost. And yeah, that question was asked by Too Cold FC. Next question. You can have 3 sim funded accounts on My Funded Futures. So this was regarding my last video about how many funded accounts you can have on different prop firms and how to scale to your first 10K a month using those accounts. Now, My Funded Futures used to have a rule where they were only allowing you to have 3 sim funded accounts at once, whether that was a starter, expert, starter plus, doesn't really matter. That company was only allowing you to have 3 accounts. Recently, in the last week, they actually upped it to 5 accounts. So now you can have up to 5 sim funded accounts on My Funded Futures. So now I'm currently trading 5 My Funded Futures starter account evals to try and get that max allocation on there with the new 5 accounts. So that question was asked by username 8133. So thanks for the comment, bro. Hopefully these are helpful, by the way, guys. I'm about 6 minutes into the video. I'm trying to get my point across pretty well in every single one of these videos, but hopefully this is helpful. And if you guys have any more suggestions for videos in the comments, please let me know. I really would appreciate it because it does help me out a lot, and I want to make sure that I can give you guys as much value as possible. So yeah, just give me more content ideas and I'll help out as much as I can. So the next one comes from Football 0827, and he says, I feel a pretty common thing traders do is risk 1% of their account balances. What's the reason that you're risking less than that? Now, here's the honest answer. Risking 1% of a 50K account is about $500, and I'm risking about 1 mini. So my stop loss is anywhere from like $350 to $400 per stop loss, and that's literally just because that's what I commonly find is happening with my trades. I'm able to hit a 1 to 3, sometimes even 1 to 4 risk to reward with these $350 stop losses. So I really don't see the point of trading $500 of risk, which would be 1% for a 50K, because it genuinely just, I don't need to. My stop loss is usually, sometimes it's even like $250 just because of where I put my stop. I usually put it under the SMT low within the fair value gap that I'm trading, but genuinely I don't find my stop loss to be bigger than that. So I'm still trading 1 mini, and yeah, that's honestly the reason why. It's just not necessary. Should I be showing every single question? I don't know if I showed this one, but yeah, genuinely that's why. It's just I don't need to. So yeah. Next question is J Angus 1. What do you think of My Funded Futures new account? Still go for the starter? I'm going to give my completely honest, transparent answer here. I have only really looked into the legacy accounts, which is like the starter plus, and the expert accounts on My Funded Futures, and I've only traded and got payouts on those accounts as well. So I really don't care about the new accounts that they've released because it's 2 days to pass. I already deal with that with Top Step. I don't want to deal with it with any other firm. I'm all about efficiency in my trading. I want to be able to pass an eval the same day, and I want to next day be able to trade whatever and make money on a funded account. I don't want to worry about passing in 2 days and having a consistency rule on an eval and all that BS. I don't want to deal with it, which is why I stray away from accounts that have a 50% consistency rule on any firm. The only reason I use Top Step is just because I know it's a really good firm. I know you can get allocation on there, and I know that they pay you out very, very quickly, usually the next day. So that's why I use them. And yeah, every other firm like Alpha Futures and My Funded Futures, I try to go for the accounts where you can pass it in 1 day, which means I can pass in 1 trade essentially. Xavier Tomei said this, and I'm going to read it in a second. I wonder if you guys can even see that, by the way, if it's focusing or not, but we'll see when I edit this video, aka post it to my phone. Fuck with your vids, Riley. I've locked down a few payouts at this point. What do you think is the best way to scale up right now? My plan is 5 Top Steps and then fire on 20 Apex accounts. Now, guys, I'm going to say this on my phone, on my YouTube video, on everything. No matter, I don't care where this is posted. Apex Trader Funding is the worst firm. I will never work with them. They offered me to work with them. I was game to do it because they were going to pay me a decent bit. But then I realized, you know what? They're not really a great firm. That's why they pay people so much, because they know that they're not a great firm and they know that they need to pay people so that they want to work with them. And at the same time, I already had filed a legal case against them, which I didn't end up actually going through with because they owe me about $18,000 in fraudulent denials of payout requests. So please, never, never, never use Apex Trader Funding. Yeah, I don't personally recommend them, and I don't think that it's worth it to use them as a firm. They can come after me as much as they want. They're not going to win against me in court. I guarantee it. And yeah, I genuinely just do believe that it's not a good firm. They don't have good rules for the accounts. The cost to scale with them is very, very expensive. Obviously, the evals are cheap, but the actual activation fee for the accounts is, I think it's like $180. I'm not 100% sure, so don't quote me on that, but it's just not worth it. It's just not worth it. You should be 100% trading Top Step, My Funded Futures, and Alpha Futures. Those are all 3 great companies, and I think that you guys should stick with those accounts if you are looking to scale. So I would say next step, bro, would be if you are going to scale into accounts, spend that payout money on 5 new 50K Top Step evals, 5 new My Funded Futures starter evals, and 3 new Alpha Futures 0 account evals. Now, let's see. We got another one from Oh Cool. This is a longer one, so I'm going to try my best to read it and not stutter over my words like an idiot. Hey man, I'm having a dilemma and could use some guidance. I'm 19, doing electrical work. I leave the house at 6 a.m. and get back around 5 p.m. What would your suggestion be for me to get the charts every day and keep trading? I've already completed your first 2 steps and I'm looking to move on to another funded account. I'm looking into mentors, but it seems like my times won't line up with anyone. What should I do? Ideally, I would like to quit my job and go 110%, but that's not possible at this current financial situation that I'm in. I have bills to pay and I would appreciate some help from you, even if I could get a response here. Now, I didn't respond to his actual comment on the comment section. I figured I would make a whole video. So hopefully you're able to see this. Oh, cool. But what I would say for you, bro, is honestly, I was in the same situation. I used to go to school from, 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. and then I would work from about 4 to maybe 10 to 10:30 pretty much every single day, closing up at the job that I worked. And I was genuinely just like and it's not possible for everybody, but it's definitely still possible. Everyone has time. I don't like that excuse that people don't have time. Everyone has time. I've proven it multiple times. Full-time school, full-time work. I know that you have time. Everybody has time. And what I would say is honestly just take as much of an opportunity, whether it's on your lunch break, whether it's on, even if you have to wake up early to trade London session or whatever it is. When you are trying to make money, it genuinely is going to take a lot more effort when you are first starting than once you are actually successful. It's going to take a lot of effort to get into that position to where you can actually start to make money. And what I would say to you is spend that time in the morning, if it's before work, if it's during your lunch break, if it's, whatever you need to do to take that time during that 12-hour or 13-hour shift before you go home, or even after when you get home, spend that time to just surround yourself with trading information. Surround yourself with educational trading videos. Make sure your entire Instagram feed, TikTok feed, everything is all trading related so that every single time that you are not working, you're not doing something else, you are surrounded by trading and learning trading. And that's 100% what I would recommend to anybody who is trying to learn trading and trying to actually get good at it long term. Surround yourself with it. Surround yourself with it 100%. And I would say, bro, just don't give up. Don't give up. It's not worth it to give up. You may be busy in the beginning. It may suck. It may be really, really, really demotivating. You may be tired and may not even get very much sleep. But everybody has time, and I believe in you, bro. And I genuinely do think that you can make this work. There's so many people out there who have made it work with a lot of time constraints on their schedule, me being one of them, and I believe that you can do it too, bro. So if anything, I would just say keep pushing. Give it all to God. If you're religious, man, I think 100% you should give it to an external source and just say, hey, man, I'm tired. I don't feel good, but, I'm going to keep pushing through, and, He'll make it happen for you, brother. Another long one from Gaming with Skill. Hopefully you guys can read that or see it. Hey, Riley, very inspirational video, man. Thanks, dude. I'm at the stage where I know I have the skill to make this work, and I just got my first payout recently. My biggest challenge right now is how to scale. A lot of people are worried about scaling, which is why I made that last video. I assume that your jump in earnings was from scaling. My jump in earnings, like jump up in earnings, was from scaling. If you could give me some tips on how to do that, I would really appreciate it. I don't have much money right now to put into hella evals and full port them, but right now I'm thinking of going a few accounts at a time and trying to reach a payout on them. Also, how do you manage your accounts? Do you copy trade them all? Do you have groups of accounts, and do you rotate them? I'm really struggling with this right now, and perhaps this could be a good video idea for you. I already made that video, but thanks. I get that maybe you don't want to share that because I'm not in your mentorship, and trust me, I would be if I didn't know how to trade. I need a strategy to learn. Wish you the best of luck, man. Well, thank you, brother. I wish you the best of luck as well. A bunch of different questions in here. Honestly, I would say if you don't have the money to full port evals, that's perfectly fine. Just buy evals normally and just trade them very, very slowly. Try to get them to pay out. Treat them as if they're your baby. Literally, baby your evals. If you don't have enough money to where you can full port evals consistently and you're not a profitable trader to where you feel like confident in doing that, I think that you should 100% just baby your evals, take your time to pass them, and lock in, bro. Lock in. Find a model that works. If you're not involved in a mentorship, if you can't afford a mentorship, that's perfectly fine. I have a Discord group where I teach my model. I have pre-recorded videos, 15 to 20 hours probably from the last month of just straight up content of me teaching. It's $100 a month. just find $100 every single month to learn a model. It's super, super simple. I can put the link in the description of this video, or I can put my links to my Instagram. You guys can DM me if you want to learn my model. You can literally learn it in the Discord. I go live 1 to 2 times every single day. Or you can work with me one-on-one, and I can build you out a custom trading plan and risking plan and scaling plan. That's a little mentorship plug for you guys. I do at least 1 per video, just so you guys are aware, for anybody who's new or people who are interested in mentorship with me. What I would genuinely say, I said earlier about the copy trading accounts. I use Alpha Futures, I use Top Step X, I use My Funded Futures with TradeSyncer. Those are all the ways that I copy trade the accounts. But I would honestly just say, baby your accounts, take the time to pass them, and I believe in you, bro. You got this. All right, one from Bampy. Show you guys. Boom. Hey man, this is super motivating. I'm 18, about to turn 19. I've been trading for a little under a year. My biggest issue is that I live in South Korea, going to uni abroad, and I am about to move to Japan. So the only times I'm able to trade are London session and Asia session. I was wondering if IFVGs work for London session, or if you can point me in the right direction so I can actually start learning and stop blowing money on funded and scam mentorships. Any help would be appreciated, bro. Appreciate you reaching out. I appreciate you asking me a question. Obviously, I'm going to promote my own mentorship. I genuinely do believe I'm one of the best mentors in the trading space. I have the best student results, and I have the most, or I have the highest percentage of happy students. If you literally just check my Instagram, you will see hundreds of student testimonials in my highlights. Hundreds, like literally multiple times per day, I will post screenshots of messages that I receive from students and non-students of just how much I've helped them in their trading. So I would genuinely say, invest into a mentor, invest into someone that you can trust, and I think that you could trust me. But if you don't believe that, then go find somebody else, dude. Invest into somebody that can teach you a model. Now, I know that you said you've been investing into scam mentorships already. What I would say is, genuinely, bro, what you need to do is, okay, first of all, I skipped over this. IFVGs do work in London and Asia session. I used to trade those. What I would say is, if you're going to trade one of those sessions, trade London session. It has more volume and more volatility. I've personally found more success trading London than I have in Asia, just because of my model and the amount of volatility and volume you would need to have a high win rate with it. And I would say, honestly, bro, like invest into the Discord to learn motion model, genuinely. If you can't invest into the Discord to learn motion model, I have so many free resources on TikTok, on Instagram, of literally my model and how exactly I trade my model. Just scroll through my videos. It's all there for free. There's so much value on my page. Literally just go through, scroll through, and if you don't feel like doing that, if you want me to teach you and spoon feed it to you every day, go on the Discord or DM me and I'll help you out. Yeah, hopefully that helped. This is one from IM03J. He said, how many accounts did it take for you to go from 14K to 52K? So my 14K payout, that was on one account. It was a My Funded Futures 100K export account. I ran the balance up to 17K for my first ever payout, and I was able to take 14.2K as a split of profit from that account. So that was my first account that I got a payout on. And then for the 52K in payouts, I had 10 accounts total. I had 3 from Apex Trader Funding, which don't use them anymore. I made 9K from those 3 accounts. I had 4 accounts with Top Step. I made 10K with those accounts. And I made 31K with my 3 150K Starter Plus accounts that I had, or starter accounts that I had with My Funded Futures. Back when they had those accounts, I got 3 payouts that month, and I made 31K on those 3 accounts. So that was my 52K month. And yeah, that's how I scaled. Yeah. I know that math doesn't add up, but there was like little bits of like, okay, 31 point something, and then like 9 point something, and then whatever, 10 point something. That's how I got 52 and not 50. I got a question here from Zestian. I think that's how you say it. 5412. Zesty. How long did it take you to get your first funded? I passed my first funded about 5 fundeds into it. I used to trade with my own capital, like I said, when I was trading options, and I would just lose my own capital. But when I actually started trading futures, when I would use futures prop firms, I traded maybe 5 evals, and then my first ever eval on My Funded Futures, I passed it and got a payout on it. So I was using Apex Trader accounts before because they're just the cheapest, but I realized that they were a terrible firm, so I used My Funded Futures instead. All right, well, it looks like that was the last question. If you guys have any actual questions for me, and if you have any video ideas, please, 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 please let me know in the comments below. This is about a 20-minute video now. Hopefully I'm able to provide you guys with some value. I'm trying to keep my words all making sense. I'm trying to speak well. I'm trying to work on my tonality and all that kind of stuff and actually flowing through my sentences. So hopefully you guys appreciate the video. If you don't appreciate the video, fuck you. Just kidding. And yeah, if you are interested in one-on-one mentorship with me, I'm leaving my Instagram in the bio. I'm leaving my TikTok in the bio. I'm leaving the group, Motion Network group, $100 a month in the bio. If you guys genuinely have any ideas for videos or stuff that would help you out for free, comment it down below and I can make a video on it if we get enough requests for it. And yeah, I will see you guys soon, and I appreciate you guys for watching.